Okay guys, so my Sunday fun day's cut down a little bit, but I think I've had a good one. You saw a gasser, and now I'm home and I'm working on the Model A. So I don't think I'm going to get too much done today, so I'm not going to tackle too much today. What I'm going to tackle is, I'll show you here. Now, it's got the original seat in here, which I really like. I want to keep this seat. What's been done is the gentleman that built the car, and let me get this out of here. Oh God. How could something so small be so difficult? Okay, there we go. Look at the wiring. This was the wiring for my car. Oh my God. He put it all under the seat. It's nicely done, like every single thing. I don't know if you can see this or not, but every single thing is labeled. Like, you can't go wrong here. It's beautiful. But, I just, oh, shit. There's my comb. Nothing wrong with that. That'll work good. Anyway, so, this has got to move. The seat's got to move back. I want to move the seat back. We're going to deal with this package tray back here. I do want to leave maybe a little bit of this. I'm not certain yet what I want to do there. So I'm going to start getting this mess taken out of here, and that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to see what I can do about the seat, at least getting it freed up, and see if I can move it back. Because what is that? Let's get a tape measure. I mean, I drove this car like this, and it was okay. But after an hour or so of driving it, you were getting a little cramped up. So that piece there, right there, appears to be a good, that's 5.5 inches I can gain there. That's a lot. That's a lot. I don't know if I need 5.5 inches, but we're going to figure it out. So, this is what I'm going to play with today. I don't know what else I can show you. Oh, you know what? I will show you something else that came in. I'm very impressed with this piece. I'm very happy with it. Anyone that's into shoebox Fords, you know how I did the dash as a 51 Ford car dash. Okay, let's get this turned around. This was my cluster that's in beautiful shape. And there's this very slightly, a little bit, you can't really see it in this room. The glass was a little bit off, and I was going to leave it. But I decided, what the hell. So I bought, get this open. I bought from Shoebox Central the brand new piece, and it's beautiful. So that's something else I got to do. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I am happy with this piece. So anyone out there's got a shoebox, Shoebox Central is definitely the place. They got some good products there. So yeah, I think I'll just start ripping the seat out and see where we get. Like I say, we're not going to get too far today because I had to bring my new girl home. And yeah, let's go for it. Okay, well, we got a seat out. There's the cushion at the bottom. And there's the seat itself taken out. And there's the back package tray. Nothing too bad. A few bolts, a few screws, and out it came. And now, I got to work on disconnecting all the wiring from, say, the tail lights, the fuel pump, just everywhere. It looks like what I'm hoping to do is I don't want to cut nothing. So I've undone a bunch of wires already here that we're going to toggle switches, which are laying right here on the floor. Look at all that, eh? Wow. Anyway, so I don't want to destroy this wiring kit. I might use it in this car, or I might not. I don't know. It's looking to me like if I take all the wiring off, bring it around, loop it around, it's all bolted to this board, which is the floor. So I might be able to just take it out as one big unit on the board and save it, which would be very nice. So, yeah, I'll just start disconnecting it at the tail lights and fuel pump and that, and we'll see where we get here. Alright, we're getting there at the wiring. Got all of it removed along there. Got the horn. Weird spot for the horn. Right there. But anyway, got to disconnect the horn. Pulled the gas tank out. Got the fuel tank out. Got the pump out. Obviously all the wiring to the tail lights is all set up front. So my next step here is, like I say, to get the wiring off the horn here. Get that off of there. And then I'll look into this riser. Appears to have just a couple rivets on either side and a a bolt and nut on one side. I can probably take this riser off, get it out of the way. Then that wood should come off of there if all this wiring mounted on it. That's not bad. And everything is labeled. So you can basically take this and hook it back up to something. But this is huge. And it takes a lot of room up. It didn't the way the car was set up before. It was under the seat. But right now it takes a lot of room up. I'd sooner just have one smaller fuse panel under the dash and be done with it. So I'm not going to be going back this route. But I also don't want to destroy anything here because, like I say, I hang on to everything and keep everything. Pulled the deck lid off too, just so it was easier to get in and out of there. Deck lid's up for sale. I'm not going to be using it. It's a homemade thing. It's aluminum, the sheet, and then it's this bracing, metal bracing that someone's made. It was on my car for 2 years. You all seen it. So I got it on Facebook Marketplace for sale. I bought a new Brookville, I should say, deck lid that I want to put on here. I don't want the louvers. The louvers to me are more if you're building like a dry lakes car kind of car, something you're going to take up to Bonneville or something. Some people like them, some don't. It all depends. I love them on the hood of custom cars and that, but on the back of a Model A on the deck lid, it's too busy in my opinion. But that's only me. You know, unless I was going to build this car to take out in the salt flats, well then I'd definitely do that. But if I did that, shit, we'd have to chop a hell of a lot more out of it. So anyway, let's continue on here. Alright, so I got all the wiring out. It's out of there. Next I'm going to work on this here, what he's got. He had a lot of wood in this car. I think he's got more wood in here than Henry Ford would have had. But anyway, actually he's got the same amount of wood in this car that Henry Ford would have had. It's as close to original as you can go. But anyway, there it is. I did like the fact how he mounted all that on that panel. It just, I mean, I've been here a while. I've been here a couple hours or more now. But only because I didn't want to start cutting and snipping and doing all that shit. I wanted to take it out and save it, and I did. So I wanted to show you guys too, this little piece I made. I forgot to mention it. I do play around, there's the dash again that you remember. I do play around with stuff occasionally during the week. Now, if you remember, let me get this out of here. If you remember, I'm drawing up this. Remember, I had cut this dash out thinking the column was going to go right there. Obviously it ain't, so I've got a piece of metal jammed in here, and what I'm going to do is draw a line, then cut it, and then butt weld it on, right? Because this is where this column for a 51 Ford had the drop in it, which I'm going to weld that up. I've made a piece right here. I'm going to weld that up, right? Sort of like that. When the other piece is in, it fills the dash in, right? Do the body work, get the nice curve going on. Okay, but anyway, my column drop is still going to stay down here where you see this. Oh, do you see this? See the bracket up underneath the tank? That's still going to be my column drop. Nothing's changed there except I had to drop it 2 more inches. So I just had to get a longer drop. That's all I had to do there. But that's going to be way underneath the dash, behind the dashboard. So I wanted something. I don't know if I can set this up to show you. Let me see. This probably ain't going to work, is it? Is that welding? Oh, the welding helmet's going to work. Okay. So I'm going to be running, obviously, my speedos here, oil, amps, temp. I've got a little something special coming for here. I'm going to put the headlight switch, like I said, here, or I might pull it down from the bottom. I was going to put the ignition switch here. I changed my mind on that. I didn't want to get carried away. And I was worried, too, that maybe in the original Speedo, I know the Speedo head works, I was worried maybe the fuel gauge may not work. And the dash that was in this car, which I'm reusing all the gauges that were in the Model A, they're old Stuart Warners, it had a fuel gauge already that worked perfectly fine. So this is kind of my game plan. This is not a column drop, it's not anything. If you can visualize this, I remember seeing these kind of in the day. So it's going to sit, how can I can't do this because I'm not holding it. It's going to sit back a ways, and it's going to be at an angle. My column is coming through here. This would be my fuel gauge. And over here, instead of having it up here, I'm going to put my ignition switch there. And put the ignition switch right there. So, like I said, I wish I could hold that. I've got it. You can see how I've made that. I've welded this whole thing. I made this. Started with one flat piece, did my holes, made this, put it in the right angle, and made this. Why not? That's hot rodding. I couldn't find it anywhere, what I wanted, and I'm glad that I couldn't find it because it made me get out and make it. I had the shit here to make it, and literally that took me an hour to do it. So you can't quite see it, but it will sit like that underneath the dash, but it's going to be way under, and the dash, of course, will be way up, like, you know, the dash will sit like that. So, anyway, there's that little piece there. So I just got to cut this out now. My ignition switch. Plenty of room for the wires back there. It's going to be perfect. Absolutely perfect. And I'm still thinking on the ashtray. I like the ashtray, but I also don't want to clutter the dash up too much underneath with a bunch of shit. So I'm still thinking about it. Anyway, that's where we're at there. So, another good thing is I just noticed here, I went and took this thing off right here. Where is it? So, this is a gas filler. A lot of guys run them on cars. Because my gas tank was in the trunk and you had to open up to fill it. So, a lot of people put them here. I'm so glad when I took it off, he hadn't cut this out. I did not want this on here. It's not the look I want. So, I'm so glad that all it is a matter of just tack welding a couple holes and that's it. I really thought this had been cut out and it's not. I'm so happy about that. So, I think we'll try and get this shit out of here before the day ends, because the day's almost over. But it's been a good day. It's been a productive day. So we'll get on this and we'll see where we go. Alright, well, I got all the floors out. Everything is taken out of there. Hang on, let me turn this music down. Oh, that's right, we got a little Elvis going in the background. I've had a little bit of everything today for music. Gas tank mount, all taken out, everything taken out. There was a lot of wood floors in this car. So, obviously I'm going to be replacing it with metal. So we can see what someone's done here with the tubing, how they've built this for the car, because I didn't do this, remember. But it's out. So now, I guess, on our next Sunday fun day, I'll get some metal loaded up this week, and maybe my plan would be to get this section, at least right up to there, right up to that cross member there. I'd like to get all this done with metal, just finished. And I'm thinking what I might do in here. I'm getting some ideas. They had put this piece in here because they had the fuel pump mounted there, which I don't want the fuel pump there. The fuel pump's going to go in the frame row where it belongs. But I've got some ideas. I'm eventually going to upholster the trunk inside. But this is, when you upholster the trunk, they kind of come down with panels right here. And look at these wheels. It's kind of wasted space. So, and I want to put removable fenders on the back of this car. That's right, removable fenders. I'm putting the 32 Ford American Graffiti fenders on the back of this car. And I'm going to have them so I can take them on and off for a different look. Just like I'm going to have a different set of wheels that we've discussed. I like to change the look of something. So, I have to have access to these holes. So I might build a pocket in here with a door that opens, and it allows me to get to the bolts, but also as storage. You could put some tools in there, put some beer on this side, you know, closer to the driver. All sorts of shit like that. So we'll see. But that's pretty much it for this Sunday fun day. I did get the dash welded up too. I did weld it up over in here. Along in there, got that all welded up and the piece put in. So I got that over with. So we came along quite nicely. I wanted to show you guys too, remember the Zips water pump thing. So I kind of mounted it on there. I think I showed you last time. Remember it had the big bracket off to the side here for the AC. You can see here, I shaved all that shit off of there. Because you don't need AC in a Model A. Not in British Columbia anyway. So that's gone. So this is the bracket they give you for the alternator. I haven't taken that off yet. I'm just figuring this out right now at the moment. I don't mind so much the alternators there. I'm probably going to put a generator on there, like I said, which is, it's not going to change anything. It's still going to bolt to that. That's how they bolt. But I don't like this. I don't like this here at all. So I'm going to see what I can do. I might be able to move this down to a bolt and get it lower. Then it'll look a little nicer. But again, that's going to be next week. That's enough for today. That's all I managed to get in. We had quite a busy day. You got 2 videos. 2 of them. And there's now a gasser in the family. I've dreamed of a gasser forever. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to be on the build on that one next for next year. Next year, that's our goal. We got so many things here to do. But that's okay. Okay, guys. Hey, thanks for watching. Remember, it's always a good time at old time. Get out in that garage, do something, be safe, be merry, be jolly, and go get drunk. See you later.